It's Hack Manchester 2017, part of the Manchester Science Festival. I'm Nathan Ray, and with me I've got Craig from Web Applications UK. Can you just introduce yourself and say a little bit about your company?
So I'm Craig Dean, I'm from Web Applications UK, I'm a Chief Executive. I've been running that for quite a few years. We also run a Tech Angels, a startup funder and incubator.
Yeah.
We've been involved in Hack Manchester now since the very start. Been headlining it now for the last few years, and being judging Best in Show for the last few years.
Yes, you've seen it all over the last few years, like most of the teams coming through and stuff.
Quite a lot, and we also get heavily involved in like the Great Uni Hack and Student Hack and quite a few other hackathons as well. This is definitely our favourite, and it's definitely a premium one. And of course, we do Hack Manchester Junior, where we were at.
Earlier in the week. Yes, that's it. Yeah. And so you saw a good few things at Hack Manchester Junior. Some of the challenges are the same between, from the junior competition to the adult competition. What difference are you expecting to see there?
I don't think there's going to be a huge difference in ideas. If anything, the lack of immediate technical ability or the ability to grab on that the juniors have means they're a lot more focused on ideas and creativity. I think that's something that a lot of the more adult teams can learn from.
Sure.
It's not just about your technical ability, it is about that creativity that we're really looking for.
Coming up with something a little bit different from everybody else, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's the other thing as well. Young people tend not to be such a victim of the zeitgeist, if you understand what I mean. We come to a lot of these hackathons every year, and there's always a trend or a theme, whether that's swipe left, swipe right.
Oh, right, okay.
Flappy Birds.
A couple of years ago,
and everyone's doing the same app. And occasionally that, we see that a lot more at the adult events. I think, it's very difficult as adults for us to let go of those cultural influences that really constrain our creativity if we're not careful.
Yeah.
So I definitely am hoping to see a few of the competitors here just do something surprising, do something a bit different. I'd say probably about 70 or 80% of the ideas we see, we've seen lots of times before, not just a few times before.
I know that because I go around and interview everybody. Yeah. I do see the same ideas cropping up fairly regularly.
And it's in one sense it makes it easier to judge because you kind of switch off fairly quickly on those. But on the other sense, you're also trying to give people that encouragement to maybe just pivot it slightly. It's not always a bad idea to start with something that's popular and just subvert it. I think that's where Gary won, for example. What they did was hardly original in terms of technology or anything like that, but by subverting the ideas we were seeing everywhere else, they had the real winning idea.
Yeah. Was that the police one that they changed?
Gary getting away with it.
Yeah, getting away with it. That's right.
Yeah, that was probably one of my favourite winning ideas of the last few years.
That's good. Yeah. That's good. So you're here for the full weekend?
Yeah, as always.
And you're doing the judging. Are you judging Best in Show? Or
judging Best in Show again this year.
So you kind of need to see everything again. Right?
Yeah, and to be fair, I'll get around probably at least twice to every team. So I'll see every team at least twice, very briefly, probably a very quick chat and a quick catching up. But everybody needs to be reassured. We have these Trello apps, and every mentor's interaction, every judge for the challenge judge's interaction is recorded in that. I spend a lot of time reading those interactions. We talk it over with other judges. So even if I don't get a lot of time with the team personally, and even if Joe doesn't get a lot of time with the team personally, there have been mentors and judges that have spent time with them.
Seen them and things.
And we really do talk that through and we look at it. And when we come to deciding, it's actually not normally very controversial.
Because it is competition, we don't judge on like a pitch at the end or a video at the end. It's judged on like the full day's full day's work.
It's not all about just getting it working. I mean, you do have to have something demonstrable and working, but it is a hackathon. It's like, as Joe said, it's not production ready fun. If they can demonstrate the idea and they can show it and communicate it in an effective way, that's the good start of a really good hack, and that can be a winning idea for us. We like the videos to show at the award ceremony, but we don't judge them based on that. To be honest, most of the judging in the afternoon tomorrow will come down to the judges already having a pretty good idea of who their favourites for their challenges are. Joe and I have a pretty good idea of who our favourites are across the whole competition. There'll be at most 5 or 6 ideas that just stand out.
Cool.
And then what we're really doing is we're looking through all the top ideas and seeing which are the most appropriate prizes for each of them and which are the most appropriate awards. It tends not to get controversial because genuinely anyone that we haven't got we haven't got a prize for is going to get a special mention.
Yeah.
So ultimately, the judges, we all come. It's quite amicable by the end and quite agreeable.
You
It's
love
very
this,
well
don't you?
done.
Coming to these weekends.
We live for this. We genuinely live for this every year. I love hackathons. Ironically, the kind of antithesis about the way I believe you should do coding. This isn't the way you go about coding, but there's a learning experience, and also
You're not looking for best practice here.
no. Actually, the main reason we do this and get involved in these kind of things is, I and our company, we're very passionate about young people and investing in young people. We're very passionate about helping them get interested in our career. We love this industry, and we love working in this industry, and we want to share that passion with others. And Hack Manchester it's got it's a great opportunity for very experienced developers, as old crusties that have been around for a while, to interact with people that are kind of deciding and taking their first steps in this industry.
Sure.
One of the things I say to my own staff that we bring here and to the university students when I go on lecture, give guest lectures, I always tell them to come to this event because this is where you're going to meet nearly every employer in Manchester, and this is where you're going to meet some of the best developers in Manchester, and you're going to get a really good sense about what this career is about, what this industry is about, how to get on in this industry, how to build a life in this, and how to really enjoy it. And I think that's invaluable, and I think it gives a really big head start to certainly the students that come along to this event.
Yeah.
And we have probably about a third of the people here are students, and about a third from companies, and the other third is that wonderful hacker community of people that just hobbyists and stuff. And I think having them all working together and interacting with each other and a bit of friendly competition, people don't take it very seriously, the competition side of it, which is right. It's really just exciting to see what each other's doing and learning about new technologies, and it's such a fast moving industry that I go around and I'm always inspired to say, I didn't realise that new framework was out yet, or people are doing this. I've not seen people do that before, I've been doing this now for 36 years, programming, and every year there's 100 new frameworks and technologies that I want to learn about and find out about, and coming to an event like this is just a great way for me to learn something new and to experience something new, and I just can't think of a better way to spend the weekend, to be honest.
Cool, yeah. Just one last thing quickly, you seem to have a lot of swag here.
Yes.
These hats and shirts.
Yeah.
There's, Stranger Things
yes,
things.
Nothing to do with the Netflix sponsored
original
thing, obviously. That's a complete coincidence. That came out yesterday,
but tying in is the
you can see. Obviously, last year we had the Make Hack Great Again.
Oh yeah.
Which
from Make
which was insanely, it's insanely positive. It was a really popular thing last year until about 3 days later. Then the joke kind of backfired a little bit for some of us. So this year we play a bit safer.
Yeah, do pop culture reference instead of a political one.
Exactly,
yeah.
and we do spend about 6 months, 8 months of the year thinking about what we're going to do at Hack Manchester and how we're going to push it, and we try to have fun. Every year, thankfully, touch wood, they're very popular, these things like Gold Dust again. So this year we made sure we printed enough, because last year we ran out of hats and people were, for months later, emailing and tweeting us, trying to get hold of them. We're like, well, unfortunately they've all gone and we're not making any more.
Excellent. Well, thank you for chatting with me, Craig.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you're an old hand as well.
I've been here, I think, 5 years now.
Yes.
This is my 5th year, I think.
Yeah.
4th or 5th year. Okay, thank you very much. Cheers.
Good luck.
Cheers.